Welcome to Jim Sells the Suncoast, your go-to podcast for all things real estate on Florida's beautiful Suncoast. I'm your host, Jim, your friendly neighborhood real estate agent, and each week we dive into the vibrant world of buying and selling homes while embracing the laid-back lifestyle that makes Florida such a paradise. In our episodes, we'll explore the latest developments shaping our communities and spotlight the incredible companies and industries that play a vital role in real estate, from movers to mortgage brokers, title agents to insurance pros. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a seasoned seller, or simply dreaming of that perfect beachside bungalow, we've got insights, tips, and plenty of local flavor to guide you. So grab your sunscreen and get ready to soak up knowledge, laughs, and a little sunshine as we navigate the Suncoast together. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality, one episode at a time.
Welcome to Jim Sells the Suncoast. Today, I am thrilled to have Courtney, Jeffries, and Melissa Maldonado here from Crestwind. They've been in the business for a little bit. Melissa, 20 years, and Courtney, 8 years. You guys are just finishing up over there at Crestwind. I say welcome and thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the background and what we've got going on over there.
Yeah, so Crestwind is a 55 plus active adult community. We are one of two in the Lakewood Ranch area. So that's something that's unique about Crestwind. We're highly amenitized. So we have all of the lifestyle that you can imagine, full-time lifestyle director on staff, tons of clubs. There's like over 100 clubs. So there's something for everybody.
We won't have to name all 100 clubs, but what are some of the big ones? Or what's the draw? What are people doing out there that is enticing the other people around them?
I would say pickleball's huge. And specifically within all of our Crestwind communities, we do something called the Crestwind Cup. So once a year, all the Crestwinds get together, they meet at one of the locations and they compete in a big pickleball tournament.
Oh, wow. I bet that's highly cutthroat.
Yes.
It's pretty serious business.
Yeah. So tell me, how big is the community? How many homes and where are we in that build out?
So we're going to have a total of 649 homes, which is another thing that sets us apart from other builders in the area. We have a boutique style community and we're actually up to about 500 sold right now. So we have about 150 opportunities for someone to still either come and purchase a move-in ready home, or if they want to personalize, we still have that opportunity for at least 100 people.
Oh, fantastic. So 150 homes left, so that'll build it out. What kind of timeline do you think that is? Is that about a year and a half, 2 years?
That's about right. Now we think about a year and a half, 2 years for being sold out, and then probably closed out, maybe about 2 to 3 years by the time that they finish building the last home and closing out the entire community. So they still have a chance.
Cool. Yes. So tell me about the different homes in there. What kind of styles, how big? And let's run the gamut from the entry level size and price to maxing everything out.
So we're all single family homes in here. Square footage is going to start a little over 1,500 and price point going to be in the high fours.
Okay.
And then we can go up to a little over 3,500 with kind of a bonus room, second story, and pricing could go into the $1 million price point, I would say.
Oh, okay. So there's a huge span of everything. So you're looking at something for everybody, whether it's that second home coming down and they just want a nice little place to stay while they're here, to somebody living full on right there in their home.
Yep. That's right. Over 20 floor plans to choose from.
Okay. That's pretty expansive. Are all the lot footprints able to put all the homes?
So we actually have 3 different collections, and Coulter's pretty unique in that in our price sheet and also on our website and our site plan, you're going to see different colored shaded home sites, which basically those are going to specify what home or what collection from each home can be built on those home sites.
Okay.
So we've got some home sites that are going to be the smaller ones, 40 feet wide and maybe about 130 feet long. And then our largest home site, I think we've sold a few of the larger home sites right now, but they can go from maybe 15,000 square feet, 14,000 square feet, 11,000 square feet, some of the larger ones. But for the collections, the home will be 50 feet wide. So the whole site will have to be a minimum of 60 feet wide and then 130 feet long. So that allows for people to be able to build pools and have at least a decent sized backyard.
And that's going to be my next question. You're in Florida, you keep put a pool in, are you really in Florida? Now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We love pools. So the only floor plan, we only have one that's just a little too deep to accommodate a pool on our home site.
Right.
But besides that, they can all have a pool.
Can you offer the pool installation with their build, or is that something they do separate?
We do. Yeah, they have the option either or. So we work with Coast to Coast as our partner pool company. They can build a pool along with the build of their home, or we can always prep for a future pool. And then after they close, they can work with whoever they like.
Right. I love the options going with that. So let's go back. The smaller home, 1,500, is that 2 bedroom, 2 bath? And then when we get to the largest, what's the, how many are in that?
So that's a great question. So our smallest floor plan, which is in the 1,500 square foot range, features 2 bedrooms with 2 baths, 2-car garage, and then you have a flex room, which can be like a little office, a little den. That collection, 3 homes, the largest home in that collection is approximately 1,800 square feet. There's also 2 bedrooms, 2 baths with a den, but that den can be converted into a 3rd bedroom. Some of our floor plans you to personalize and convert that den into a 3rd bedroom. When it comes to the larger homes, those are at least 3 bedrooms with 3 baths and also a den. When you add a bonus room, what really sets our bonus rooms apart is that you have a bonus room with a bonus bedroom and a bonus bath. It could be like a little apartment for an older child, or if you need to have someone like a living nurse, or when you have guests, you can just send them upstairs.
That's right. That way you guys stay friends.
Yeah.
Beyond the home purchase, what are the additional costs? What's the HOA and CD? And then what is that encompassing?
Yep. So your HOA is $450 a month. That's going to include the high-speed internet, cable TV, all the lawn maintenance, including the irrigation and the pest control, and then use of everything at the clubhouse.
Like,
And your CDB is going to vary. We do have the 3 collections of homes. So it's between $1,500 to $1,700 annually with your taxes.
okay, so it is paid with the taxes.
Yes,
It's nice. It's out of sight, out of mind. It's paid. You don't have to worry about trying to write something separate for it.
exactly.
Okay. And then 450 is not bad at all, especially when, like you alluded to earlier, you look at the number of clubs and amenities going on. Let's talk about the amenities. I'm assuming clubhouse, pool. What else do we have going there?
Oh, yeah. So pickleball, we have 8 courts, 2 tennis courts.
We've got bocce, we've got horseshoe. There is a dog park for dog lovers. We are dog friendly. We also have the resistance pool, which is actually a very unique feature. So we have people that have maybe issues with their hips or lower extremities. It gives them a great exercise to walk or swim against the current and not have to do a high impact exercise. And we also have our state-of-the-art e-gym, which is like a circuit. You don't need a personal trainer. You can literally have a full body workout in 23 minutes without the need of a personal trainer. We have an archery crafts room with a kiln, so people love that. And then our full-time lifestyle director also plans events. And that's another plus. Like also culture likes to entertain. And we actually have cover bands that come around every 3 months or so. And they go to different culture communities like the Liverpool Legends, just to name a few.
Right.
And we have a great concert series for all of our residents. We just had one on May 24th. It was amazing. We went there to see how our lifestyle really impacts our residents. And I actually had a great time.
I think that's when you look at the price for $50, that's a lot. Having a kiln or a personal trainer or doing the lawn is going to cover that just in itself. Are there any plans for any future amenity center? Or is it one amenity center? Is it spread out? Where is that in relation to where the homes are being built in?
Yeah. So since we're a little smaller boutique community, we find that the clubhouse that we have it's plenty. It's 16,000 square feet. We don't run into overcrowding up there, having less residents on site. That's one nice thing. They're going to have access to being able to participate in the fitness classes and not have a wait list for all those things.
Okay. How expansive as far as acreage? Do you know how big the community is? I know you said 649 homes when it's completely built out. And what's the percentage of maybe green areas and walking ways?
Yeah, that's a good question. We do have lots of natural wetlands and lakes. There's walking trails all around the community they can take advantage of. And then within the community, you can go 3 miles front to back without ever having to leave.
Oh, yeah, that's plenty big. I walk in this weather, and sometimes it's be all you're doing that day. What kind of outline for construction is? What's the timeline? If somebody wanted to build a personalized house from ground up and pick everything, what kind of time frame are we looking at?
Great question. So once somebody puts their 10% deposit, you can anticipate getting the start package in about 90 days or so. And then the time, depending on obviously weather and the size of the hole, I would say about 6 to 7 months. So our average build time, we usually tell our buyers that we put usually a 10-month window. It could be anywhere between 9 to 11 months. And fortunately, during weather, we always want to protect ourselves, or we give them a 3-month window, but we're usually about 10 months.
Yeah, that's not crazy. And then if somebody's saying, hey, I need a house next month or 2 months or 3 months. You've got some that are already built that they could step in, decide the one they like, and those are preset on specific lots.
Exactly. Yep, we do. It's a smaller part of our business plan, but we do have about 15 kind of going at a time. So lots of options for people that need something quick.
Yeah, that's nice that you can come in. Hey, I can wait a year so I can do the whole thing, or hey, we're moving down here next month. What do you ask?
We like those.
Yeah.
What kind of support does Colder have for the home buyer? What's the warranty and follow up on that?
Yeah. So we have a 210 warranty in place. They're going to get all the documents to read that over. And then we have, after they close, they're going to get a walkthrough at about 60 days. And then they're going to get another one at the 11-month kind of mark.
And if are you vertically integrated by that mortgage company or a mortgage availability or preferred lender, title, insurance? Is there the ability to come in and take care of all of that at one stop?
Absolutely. We do have our CTC mortgage, which stands for clear to close. And then we have K title with Coulter title. And when the buyers use our preferred lender and title agency, that there are some incentives that are tied to using them. Not only are the incentives good, we have communications with our partners to talk about our backlog. So that way our buyers can anticipate, or we can anticipate any challenges, hiccups, or delays. And that way it's not a surprise to the buyer when they go with an outside lender that doesn't normally communicate with a builder. So we do help our buyers with streamline that process and basically just creates less headaches.
Wow.
Okay. What kind of ongoing maintenance common areas is going on? I guess as it goes forward, when they're going to close that out, and then that passes over to the residents.
Yeah, part of the HOA is taking care of all of that community maintenance. And then in addition to that, the CDD being a part of Lakewood Ranch, your CDDC is taking care of kind of maintaining all of Lakewood Ranch so that everything looks beautiful.
Well,
and that's for about 30 years. So that's going to be well maintained.
that'll be that underlying infrastructure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What are any specific guidelines or restrictions to be aware of as far as pets, rental, any of those kind of things that might stand out?
Our HOA guidelines, basically, you can't have any short-term rentals in here, but being that we have a lot of, I would say maybe second home buyers or maybe some snowbirds. Sometimes when they can't make it down, they list property for rent, but we don't really manage that part of it. So it's hard to pinpoint how many second homes we have here. But definitely we do have an HOA, and they basically stipulate no short-term rentals, 1 year minimum lease, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And they're pretty active. So I think that's actually good. It helps maintain the community value. A lot of people don't really care about rentals and not knowing who's your neighbor.
You don't have the in and out of it going. Yeah, absolutely. Are there any pet restrictions, or what about fencing?
No pet restrictions. We do allow a fence. It's like the wrought iron style, the black fence, 4 feet. We allow that.
Okay.
And then I also wanted to mention too that the only real restriction in an active adult community, 18 and under cannot live in the home, but they can visit for up to 3 months in a year. And then 19 and older could actually move back in if they ever needed to.
Okay. Fantastic. Tell me about any stories or testimonials of anybody that's come in And I love hearing when somebody's has that winning story.
Yeah. Oh
And it's
my gosh.
something somebody achieved it.
On our website, we actually have a great testimonial section. They have a whole video on there where they're interviewing residents. So go to crestwindlakewoodranch.com and you'll be able to find a whole video on interviews and everything.
Fantastic. So let me ask you, as we're wrapping up here, what is it that you want to say that why would somebody want to come here to Crestwind? What's the draw and what are they going to find?
I think we hear that the draw is the brand, and then the brand is usually active adult communities have a stigma that, oh my goodness, I don't want to live in a 55 plus community. I don't want to live around a bunch of older folks.
That's Florida
So,
from like the 1960s. It's very
right.
different now.
They tend to feel like, oh my God, like they're moving into a community that is assisted living when it's not really assisted living. These are for active adults. And I think we get a lot of referrals from other homeowners that live in other Crestwood communities in other parts of the state because of the fact that we are a lifestyle driven community, the concerts, the full-time activities directors. So I would say that what people really want when they are looking for a 55 and older community or 55 and better, that's how we like to call it, is that you're going to always have something to do and you're going to be living amongst like-minded people that are looking for the same exact things that you're looking for. I think that's what sets us apart. And that's why people look for the Crestwind brand. And we have customers that go through every single Crestwind community in the US just so they can decide which one they want to move into. What do you think?
This work with as far as location, we are inland a little bit, so you're not worried about any of the issues from storms, but you're close enough to go visit the beaches. You've got Tampa, you've got airport, you've got SRQ that are probably 30 to 45 minutes away, and in the ability to hit Lakewood Ranch, downtown Main Street, as the area grows north and south, the park and North River Ranch, you have access to all those areas, and then everything is right there. With 100 clubs and the amenity center and all those things, you can enjoy life without having to deal with the traffic and the other stuff, but it's all there.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. And I think we just recently shared that there's an aquatic center that's coming up, like walking distance. And I believe that they have a 50-meter pool coming. So there's a lot of other stuff that make it attractive for a lot of the people that come over here, just having those amenities that are nearby and having all the walking and jogging trails and bike trails of Lakewood Ranch. It's a win-win.
Yeah, I think that's why you moved to Florida and then hanging out with people that want to do the same thing you do. It's tough to beat that.
Exactly.
That's right.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. Glad we had an opportunity to talk about Crestwind. I think it's a fantastic community. If you've ever driven by and seen the entrance, it's phenomenal. It makes you want to walk in and check it out. So we'll make sure we have the contact information in there for anybody who's interested. Reach out, and hopefully we're talking to them soon.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, Jim. We appreciate it.
Bye.
And that wraps up another sunny episode of Jim Sells the Suncoast. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the ins and outs of buying and selling homes here in our beautiful slice of Florida. I hope you found valuable insights and a little bit of inspiration to help you on your real estate adventure. Remember, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or simply soak up the Suncoast lifestyle, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review so that we can keep shining bright together. Until next time, keep dreaming big and let's turn those dreams into a reality, one home at a time.